This is the screen where all the work is happening. They're showing us what is happening. So just a few moments ago, we're able to see some people trying to come from the Zimbabwe side, crossing the Limpopo River. And we've heard earlier on from the Border Management Authorities Commissioner that about 99 people have been intercepted in the past 24 hours. And two of those people are believed to be the ones who are facilitating the movement of these people illegally. I'm not sure if you can see, but we can see there that there's a bit of movement of some of these people actually that are being monitored by drone. Is quite a huge number. So that's the work that is being done in as far as the use of technology is concerned. Let me just bring in the Commissioner of the Border Management Authority just to explain what we are seeing now and what we've seen just some few minutes ago. Commissioner, seemingly this remains a challenge, and you have to intercept people now and again.
Yeah, no, thank you very much, Mweli. Yes, indeed. As you can see on screen there, we are busy monitoring some of the individuals that have just crossed the Limpopo River through some bit of through some bit of a boat. So in that particular process, we are busy monitoring them as they move. Our response team is actually somewhere inside there. You will see them just intercepting them. So basically, this is how the drone is assisting us, because instead of just doing the patrols on the road, what we basically do is we just monitor them as they come through. Immediately after they exit the banks of the river and they exit from what we call the no man's land, and they ultimately enter our territory, that is the point where we are going to do the interception. As you have seen, as you have said, Mweli, yesterday we were able to intercept around 99 individuals in the same process, and out of those 99 we had 2 that we call the facilitators, and those are the ones that when we intercept, we do not deport, but we ultimately get them arrested. So this is how the drones are helping us in terms of monitoring the movement. So these people are not even aware that we are monitoring them, and they think that they are now in, but effectively they are going to be intercepted, brought into the port, and we are going to process them for deportation.
So which means that this is a serious problem. But in terms of collaboration, our neighbors, that is Zimbabwe, your counterparts that side, are they also part of this operation, or it's just you, this side, working on this?
Yeah, you see, the issue of illegal migration, well, we had already indicated that unfortunately we are more on our own, and maybe just to indicate that we are effectively to do this work. Our neighborhood are not helping on illegal migration. I think that one is an open reality, and on that particular basis, you will be aware that on their side they don't even do much of operations to try and stop their people from crossing the borderline. So if you can see there in the bushes physically, I don't know if your camera chief can also show, that is where our response team is sitting. Do you see it up there? Yeah, but actually not necessarily on the screen, but up there, that's where we have them. They are actually waiting for them. As soon as they approach that particular environment, that is where they are going to hit on them, and then they will bring them to the port, and we are going to then process them for deportation. As we are monitoring them, we are able to see somebody who is in the front, who is doing the facilitation, and those are the ones that we are not going to deport, but those are the ones that we are going to make sure that they get arrested and take them to Musina police station. We open a case of aiding and abetting. So basically that is how we do the work. The good thing now is that this drone is no longer just here for festive, is here permanently. We now have the drone pilots, which are the border guards of the BMA, and therefore they do this work on a daily basis. And that is why we have seen a bit of reduction in the numbers of people that attempt to cross. So even in this instance, after we have intercepted these ones, you will see that the numbers will keep going down, because they will see that effectively now they are being monitored.
And this happens quite often. Is it something that happens daily?
No, definitely. We do have this kind of incidences daily, but the numbers had actually gone down. I mean, remember, the northern border effectively used to lead in as far as the numbers of people that will be attempting to enter the country illegally. But now, as we speak, that actually number had gone down this side, primarily because of the assistance of the drone and the kind of interceptions that we make. The other thing that had an impact is the more we arrest, for example, the facilitators, is the more we deactivate this kind of operation. You see now here is where now they cross the actual borderline of the country, and that is where we can now officially say they are in South Africa, South African soil, and on that basis they are busy going up. Our guys, you see that car there, is where our interception team is, and they are definitely waiting for them to be able to intercept them, and that is the essence.
All right, thank you, Dr. Masiapato, there for explaining. Unfortunately, our camera can't go
breaking news with Zim Peace.